I hit the start streaming button, so we're just doing the normal like let's get situated thing. So
Oops. Joe was wrong.
while
Joe
we
was
get
late.
levels, the New York Times posted a question of what are your top films of the century so far? Go.
Top films of the
Jesus, that's
century.
tough.
Yes, so
Dark
2000
Knight.
to now.
Dark Knight, Departed. Dark Knight and Departed would be in there. Gladiator 99 or 2000?
That
I think it's
was
2000.
I thought that was around like Titanic time. So wouldn't that be in the 90s?
Gross.
Oh, 2000 exactly. Like the exact year.
So would that count, or are we going post 2001? Because technically,
I'm going with 2000 and up.
okay, well then Gladiator, Departed, Dark Knight, probably Endgame. Like Endgame is the perfect pro wrestling storyline.
Yeah.
If I'm putting a Marvel comic movie on there, I'm putting Spider-Man there before I'm putting Endgame there.
Which Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I'm kind of between 1 and 2, but I'd probably put 2 there.
Like the Tobey Maguire ones?
The Tobey Maguire one?
Yeah, the second Tobey Maguire one.
Well,
I
then
did Spider-Verse over both of those.
See, if you put
both Spider-Verse movies.
The problem is if you put an individual Marvel one, the Endgame's easy because it's a collection. Otherwise, if I went to an individual hero, Black Panther's probably one of the best movies, or Ragnarok are up there with each other. But
or Winter Soldier.
See, I wouldn't put Winter Soldier. Black Panther is so much better than Winter Soldier. All the Guardians movies are better than Winter Soldier.
See, there I agree. The Guardians movies absolutely over all Marvel movies is the Guardians movies.
What are your best picture winners? Like the ones that come to mind, Crash is not up there.
We just know Crash because it shouldn't have one.
It's Crash, it's Parasite.
Like what was it up against? Capote. Capote was okay, but I think Crash is still a better movie than Capote. But like a lot of these other ones, I mean, unfortunately, you have 2020, so Nomadland is boring as hell.
I love Nomadland.
It's so boring. It's so boring.
Fine. I like emotionally engaging theater, okay?
There was an emotional engagement. It was put Joe to sleep. Engaging. Oh, Marlon. What even else? This is what you got to do. You got to go look at Best Picture winners and see.
Like right off the head, I'm going with Hereditary and Midsommar, like right there, just two pop.
Catch Me If You Can. I love Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, I'd probably not do a top 10. I'd probably just say by genre, and that way I need to like determine and I'd probably even set apart like if I'm doing comic movie, like comic movie Marvel, comic movie DC, comic movie independent. That way I could put Road to Perdition there.
It's been 25 years. There's a lot of great movies.
Or was Road to Perdition in the 2000s? Or was that 90s?
In high school.
Okay. Yeah, that's close. Matrix. No, that's 99.
Matrix Revolution.
I will say
Speed Racer.
Absolutely.
People have turned around on Speed Racer to the point that I need to rewatch it.
It's visually amazing.
I haven't seen that since I literally saw it in theaters.
It's like I am someone who owns Cloud Atlas because I don't think that movie is as bad as everyone says it is. But similar to us playing Beyond Two Souls, I am a sucker for bad but interesting.
Do you even play that game?
Sort of.
Push buttons when they show up.
Press X to prep the cooking you're doing for your date.
Hey, we smooched the guy from The Rookie that is not Nathan Fillion, and I think we win there. Even though he turned out to be a dick and made us assassinate the sovereign president of a sovereign country.
We had multiple episodes telling us he's a dick. There was no surprise there. None left. We literally saw the future of that guy.
what? God, what else is there? I'm trying to think of what freaking came out.
Yeah, my top 10 keeps changing.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I mean, the Curse of the Black Pearl. Yes, the rest of them.
Maybe
No.
I like the second one the most because I'm a David
I mean,
Jones
I
fan.
like low key, like a movie straight out of left field that I really like. 25th Hour. I think 25th Hour is a great
Yeah.
movie.
Ooh, that's a good one.
But what
And then
about
Baby
Four
Driver right there.
Brothers with Mark Wahlberg?
I've never seen Four Brothers.
Nor have I.
I rented it on Netflix once. And it delivered to my house. So like, okay, this is fine.
What about Afterlife starring Christina Ricci and Liam Neeson?
I didn't even know that was a real. Like, I've heard of Four Brothers. I have never heard of.
I think it was a straight to Redbox movie.
Hello, Taken has inspired an entire genre. Do you put Taken in there?
I would not put Taken there.
Or you both are horror movie fans. What horror movie?
If I'm putting something in the same genre as Taken, I'm just going to put John Wick there. And if I'm putting John Wick there, I'm just going to put John Wick 4 there. The best of the John Wick movies.
I still have not.
And if I'm doing that, I'm just gonna put The Raid on there. The Raid over all of those movies. Just watch The Raid.
Oh, yeah. I have seen The Raid. That was a long time ago. I probably need to rewatch it.
So anyway, welcome everyone to Animesplaining.
That's right, we're talking about anime.
This was not an anime. This was just Predator's version of Spider-Man Across the Universe.
Everything is an anime, Joey. Sewage runoff is tea.
Sewage.
That's the quote for the episode.
We watched Predator Killer of Killers because Disney is trying to do something with their franchises that they acquired from Fox. And this is...
Sony still does not own... So Sony only owns Spider-Man. Sony does not own Alien or Predator.
Correct.
They're only... Okay.
Yeah. Those are Fox properties, but now Disney has all of Fox, so now Xenomorph is a Disney princess. Correct.
Yeah. Well, specifically the Xenomorph Queen.
Yeah, the Xenomorph Queen is a Disney princess.
I want to see that during the parade at Walt Disney World.
I will. Hey, if you put Ellen Ripley in a Disney parade, they have a license to print my money. That's fine.
Like them both in Tomorrowland. I want a Lilo and Stitch crossover. Make it happen.
I mean, realistically, can Predator ever really catch Alien? Like, in terms of like which franchise is better?
Yeah, Alien had more good movies than Predator, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but I feel like that's changing. I feel like Prey and Predators changed that. Like now the ratio is about.
Prey's good. I still need to watch Prey again. What I saw of it, I liked.
And you get a teaser for really Prey again in this.
Because Predator 2 is knee.
Definitely knee.
Predators was bad.
Wait, which one? The one where they got dropped on the planet?
Yeah.
That's the best one. That's easily my favorite one.
The Arnold Jesse Ventura one is still by far the best Predator movie.
It's close for me, but I don't know.
Whereas Alien, you have Alien, you have Aliens. Alien 3 is too screwed up all over the place.
Alien 3 is interesting, at least. Same way, Alien Resurrection is interesting to me.
Alien Resurrection is interesting until the ending. And Prometheus.
So many disagreements here, man.
Even Prometheus is interesting.
Prometheus is good, yeah.
But
Prometheus is interesting in that someone ranting on the side of a road.
I mean, isn't that what haven't we discussed that as Ridley Scott now? We've discussed this in the past. Ridley Scott's like, oh, I made this for about half an hour. I'm bored. Like, what else can I make?
If someone comes up to me at the grocery store talking to me about the power of prayer, I mean, that's interesting in a way, but...
I like the word Romulus.
They're not talking to you about the power of prayer. They're talking to you about what is God. And what if we were wrong? And that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yes,
proxy makes Covenant interesting, but Covenant is a lot worse.
Covenant would be better if they didn't make like the face huggers and the xenomorph like just look weird and outside of Alien.
It'd be better if they just kept them out of it entirely, really. Like, they had something good going there for an original idea, and like, nope, right back to Xenomorphs. We just swung back the other way. Great. We're going backwards
And
now.
Romulus is uncomfortable, but it's good. I mean, I would rather see some people die more gruesomely, but that's a horror movie. Horror movies are always like, there's always some people you want to die gruesomely and some that you don't.
Romulus was a perfect movie for about half an hour.
Then it became Alien 1.
Yep.
Same
and then we have a deep fake, and then it's just all downhill from there. That's like, oh no, I'm on the spooky ghost haunted house ride of Alien, and things are just jumping out at me.
Speaking of in Predator, like what good Predator video game is there besides Alien versus Predator? So you need the aliens. But like Alien Isolation is one of the best video games I've ever played.
It's too long. I will say that. It's too long.
What? What? No!
Alien Isolation should have been 8 hours long. Instead it's like 12. And it overstays its welcome.
There's a lot of like false finishes. I will say that.
Yeah,
but
that's what the Alien series is known for, is false finishes. I'm a fan. You think it's dead? Oh my god, it's still alive. You think it's dead? Oh my god, it's still alive. That's what I love about Aliens in verse.
I do get what you're saying with it. They blow up the reactor, and like you're halfway through the game.
Yep.
Like.
It's like, oh yeah, we're a video game, and we still care about runtimes. It's the one thing I will give credit for with Beyond Two Souls. It's like, this is a game that it doesn't really know when to end. It's just going, but at least it knows to be about 8 hours of game time long.
Well, Elliot Page is expensive. Can't just pay these actual real actors for that long.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe here, for Christ's sake.
They're trying.
Oh, that's right. I saw that. I was like, holy God.
What are you
Only
doing
get him
here?
for about 5 minutes.
Why are these guys slumming it? For this weird French man.
Back to this movie, because this movie is basically a video game.
Right.
It's Predator Across the Spider-Verse.
Sort of. I think it distills what is best for Predator. Predator is best when you have another movie going on and the Predator shows up.
Yeah. That's what works for me. That's the best way to do Predator, and that's why I actually enjoyed these. You feel like the moment there's some kind of resolution, like, this character could go home, they're happy. Shit, there's a Predator. There's a Predator for no reason, and it just keeps going.
I disagree, because the first movie, the reason why you have like their special ops mission right in the beginning is you want to establish that these guys are like top cream of the crop before the Predator pretty much massacres them all except for Arnold. Yeah, so you're trying to tell that story.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's like Commando or something, but now there's an alien.
Yeah, and now there's a slasher villain in it.
It's like the same thing I like about Nope. You think you're watching some kind of Alien Close Encounters movie, then the second half of the movie happens, like, shit, no, it's Jaws. It's gonna eat us. It's a completely different genre entirely.
But yeah, you have 3 stories, and then you have the epilogue in this. You have the Shield, which is the Northmen, but a Predator is involved, which makes the Northmen better.
Yeah.
You have the
really
you have the second one, which is the
sword.
Yep, the sword, which is the samurai one. Effectively like a Kurosawa film, except you put a Predator in it. Makes it better. 7 Samurai, you put a Predator in there, you have a good cheesy movie. And then you have the Bullet, which is the best one. And that is like, I want to say Red Tails, but it's not like the Tuskegee Airmen, which would make this better. It's instead like equivalent to that one through line in Dunkirk, where they're following the pilot.
Or like that movie, like I think it's Shadow in the Clouds with Chloe Grace Moretz. That's what it reminded me of. Except the Gremlin is a predator instead of just a goblin.
The Gremlin is a predator, and he has a faux ship instead of just...
So this is the weakness of the Bullet. The Bullet is, I will say, what you were saying earlier. the Bullet is a better story without the Predator. Like that whole thing in like where it goes from there, and then like an air battle against the Japanese can like go somewhere, but all of a sudden now you get a Predator in a ship. So now we're like, okay, so now Predators hunt people flying, which is
I'm cool with that.
kind of defeats like what's the point of it being bigger and stronger and faster with more than everybody, whatever.
Because they like their ships, and their ships fire harpoons because the Predators are fucking weird.
Heat-seeking harpoons, man.
Because you need the violence. I mean, the Predator franchise does need to be violent. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So like that's what they're like. Yep, let's fire a harpoon that takes your pilot out specifically of this ship. We can just pull you into my own engine of the ship I'm flying through.
Yep, not just violent, but creatively violent, and that's the important aspect here. Like you can have a spear, but it's a spear that's also scissors and like chops you in half. It's unnecessary, but it's cool.
But what do you feel is the weakest story of the four? Because obviously you have the shield, the sword, the bullet, and then the epilogue, which is them coming together.
For me, it's hard to decide. I feel like it's gotta be the samurai one, because it did feel random. It felt kind of random. It felt random in the Norseman story as well. But I was kind of enjoying the story about the two brothers going at odds, the one being extra spiteful and extra petty. And he had a good story there. And like, oh, now there's a predator you got to deal with. And I guess you guys you trauma bonded over killing a predator. Cool.
That's actually why I'll say, to me, I feel the opposite. So I think the sword is the strongest one because the sword plays the largest role in the epilogue. Because the one dude's trying to say, like, we need to, like, they're all trying to say it to each other except for the Viking lady. But I mean, she's traumatized. She lost her son, and like that's why it's kind of got the crazy mom strength adrenaline thing going.
Yeah,
but
that's what it is.
But they're trying to tell like we work together, and that's how we beat this thing. And it establishes that because they work together, obviously, in the sword, so it plays into the epilogue. And then you have Torres from the Bullet, like kind of like figuring out things on the fly of like how to beat, like he uses his brain power that they also combine. So basically they combine it, whereas Viking lady in the first one is just crazy strong. I mean, my weakest is that one, but that's personal because I'm not a super big fan of the Viking civilization hoopla that it gets. I feel the most overrated civilization that ever was.
See, that's how I feel about the samurai stuff, especially growing up being an anime nerd. I've heard enough about Japan and the ninjas and the samurai. Like it's has some other cultures get the limelight. So that's why that one was kind of. I've seen it.
They had an empire last years, like all the Vikings did in the Middle Ages. Cool, they raided monasteries and villages that barely defended themselves. But you put them up against an actual army like the English or the Romans, and they get massacred. Like
this is true.
So that's why, like, I don't love Viking lore, but aside from that, and then there's the one part in the show. I mean, maybe this is me being comic book nerd, where I'll say like, "Oh, you can't outstrength the Predator," but she's like, she grabs. I think she basically has like some sort of rope attached to it, and basically pulls this Predator down.
An anchor
of brute strength that like basically like so it can't escape, so it drowns. So she drowns it. I was like, we've established that predators are like at least twice as strong as any human. So that one, but I get what they're.
Yeah, Joey, I think
I
kind of think with the Norse lady, like the director and writer kind of agree with you, because Norse lady is kind of a liability, like more than anything. It's like you are just a big hunk of beef that we are aiming at the thing that we need to aim it at. It's sort of like how the second 300 movie is kind of a criticism of the first one, where it's like Spartans were fucking dumb. Like they were just like here are the Athenians doing all the fucking work while these guys have their big glorious victory.
Well, they were there to be sacrificed. Meanwhile, we're winning the actual battle on the sea.
Yep.
Yeah.
It felt very much like
was
that.
A better movie.
But no, like you're right. Like, because I mean, and they do a good job telling the story. She's blinded by rage because she loses her son, I mean, the whole
Yeah.
they establish right away the whole point of her going on this quest to find this dude is for her son to also become the warrior in her quest for revenge. But she wants to like basically build her relationship with her son off of this quest that they're on, and then he dies. So she's just rage filled. But you're right. Like, so what do they realize? Like, hey, we just need to like channel that energy. Like, here, lady, channel this over here.
Yeah. She has the strongest character arc out of all of them, in that she sees that she turns her son into her by kind of passing down her generational trauma. So by the end, she sees a son in Torres and says, "Don't avenge me." For a change of pace, don't avenge me this time. And that was a good move on her part. I enjoyed that.
So, is this helped? Is the Predator franchise helped by this being animation?
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Because it makes it it makes it cheaper because you don't have to like do as much as prosthetics or makeup for the violence.
Yeah.
So
you can get away with a lot more in animation. You could see their whole alien planet. You could have like entire battles of ships and things like that, and it kind of increased the scale on the Predator movie. And this is the largest scale Predator movie out of all of them. And the only way to do it was to animate it.
And you probably do have at least that much of a chance for kids watching it. Now, like,
I hate that. Kids should be watching.
That's the reality. Like, if you market it somewhat to a younger audience, that's not quite. I mean, even like say 12 to 14, like you're going to get that many more than if it would have been like shown in theaters being explicitly violent. Because parents are going to because there are still some parents out there that'll say, "Well, it's a cartoon," versus I'm seeing this. Like,
well, true.
Little Timmy doesn't need little Timmy doesn't need parental controls on Disney Plus. It's Disney Plus. Watches Poor Things.
Is Poor Things on Disney Plus?
Yes,
it's on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Okay, well, I gotta keep an eye on that.
Yeah, you should.
The good thing is now with this deal, this $3 a month deal that we found, but you get like basic Disney and basic Hulu.
Yeah.
So
just use my Hulu. Man. It has commercials. It's fine. Just use my login.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not gonna watch Poor Things in front of Brooklyn. I'm saying.
Well, early for those lessons.
No, instead watch The Bear or something. tell Brooklyn to never work in food service.
Well, I don't need to watch The Bear to tell her that.
Pretty accurate representation, unfortunately.
I don't know. Like I wanted to like this more than I did. Overall, like I like the overall stories, but I felt like some of the stories were either too short. I did not like the bringing everyone together, and I feel that the ending kind of really, really hurts it, because the thing that has hurt the Predator franchise overall is trying to like bring it into this wider scale thing. And granted, if you give anything to Paul W.S. Anderson, it's going to suck, which is why the Alien versus Predator things were really terrible. But I don't think that even if you gave that to the greatest director on the planet, it would have been good.
Well, I mean, what's the end? I get what you're saying, because what's the ending? Like, hey, we just got this miraculous escape. We're on our way out. We beat the Predators. Like, nope, they're just chasing you with an armada. You're done.
Yeah, they're going to die. It's going to
like, so we'll just get like, and what does it tell you at the whole ending for Prey? So like now, like in the end, they still captured you, so they just pit you up against each other just for you to die later.
Yeah, now you're like, just going to have an episode where a bunch of them are going to escape in a wider like space adventure. Cool. Yeah. Hooray for the guys from Predator.
I mean, I like that.
The good thing, like, I mean, it does establish the strength of the Predator. I mean, the Predator should win, especially when we've established like that they'll hunt people with relative ease in normal times, or in like today's current times. So like going back to Viking times or samurai times or even World War II times, where your technology is so much better, like shouldn't it be easier? Why are you losing in these? Like I get the lore is to try to believe it depends on the warrior more than the time, but because you're already establishing that this race is based on technology. So time.
Now you mentioned we haven't had a movie where the Predator actually won, and that would really change things up a bit. Like, what if the Predator just won and just went back to their home planet? Like, well, job well done.
No,
that was the end of that.
They went in Predators. They went in Predators.
No, Agent Brody's alive. He's still on the planet with that woman.
They let him go.
I don't think they're dead. He killed them. They didn't have a choice. There were 3 Predators, and they managed to kill all 3 of them.
Did he kill?
Don't they sort of win in Predator 2? Like they just kind of leave.
No, Danny Glover kills the Predator, and then his friends show up, and they're like, "Hey, here's a prize." So cool.
Yeah,
you're one of us.
Fly away. Yeah, because it's just one Predator, just like Alien versus Predator. Alien versus Predator, they win.
Even now, when a Predator dies. He wins, but he dies.
Yeah,
he killed the aliens.
Yeah, and they do the Alien versus Predator book thing of like, you are one of us now. You have killed this thing.
Yeah. And then there's the one we don't need to talk about, Alien versus Predator Wreck, where everyone is like,
I
cool.
didn't even see that movie.
We get a Predator xenomorph at the end. Yay!
A movie with the worst lighting.
It's so bad.
Shit. I'm sure it's a bad movie. I can't tell. I can't tell what's happening. Even the daytime scenes are too dark.
Yeah, it's a shame that they hired that director to film the last 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, but here we are.
For what I can hear, now it's a cool kill. But I couldn't see it though.
Yeah, the only kill that's like decently well lit is the one acid kill, and that's it. Like just
that and the one where the one girl gets hit with like the boomerang thing. She's just an innocent, just like boom, impaled in the chest onto a wall. All right, I guess she deserved that. Great.
Here's a legit question though, like because this has come up. Is it better suited that? Would it be better suited if like it's 3 episodes, but each episode takes place on a different planet, so they're not all
just be a show.
So like
it feels like a
one is
for a show.
Like one is this being from this race from whatever planet. The next is a being from whatever race from whatever planet, and then a human. So then you really kind of merge in like, how do we communicate? How do we beat this thing? Like
establish a tournament kind of situation.
You already established that predators hunt everything in the galaxy or the universe or wherever.
Yeah, why are all 3 characters human? There should have been like some other aliens in there or something, some other victors. There should have been a xenomorph in there.
The number 2, Marlon. Wouldn't you know? I mean, the predators number 1. We're human. We're up there on the hierarchy.
They don't have the human mind, is what it is.
Us
they don't have our brains
yet. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, Disney, you have Marvel. Just take some of your Marvel alien races and just throw them in there.
Yeah.
Make the Predators canon.
Predator versus
They've done that already.
Oh,
is that a scroll? Wow.
Yeah, they did Predator versus the X-Men. I know that they did Predator versus like Superman and Batman.
Yeah, and now they have Alien versus the Avengers going on right now, which is actually pretty good.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the Avengers are fighting the aliens right now. They're fighting xenomorphs, a planet overrun of xenomorphs. And different characters get turned into xenomorphs. Like, now Mr. Sinister's a xenomorph, and I get some other characters too.
How is that different from the symbiotes? Is it just like...
It's not.
Well, no, in theory they die, right?
It's branding.
Don't necessarily.
Yeah, it's just they're more bony than goopy. Is really
yeah. Spoilers. It's not.
It is Null involved. Is all I'm asking.
Yeah. No.
I figured they would bring in Null, but I guess if they have Mr. Sinister, that's good enough.
Yeah. And technically it's not Mr. Sinister, it's just a xenomorph with Mr. Sinister's powers and like his appearance. So it is a different character at the end of the day. It can't be Mr. Sinister, but he was infected by one, so that's what you get. He's got a really smart alien.
Considering how smarmy he is in like the animated show, I just feel like that chest burster comes out like, huh.
Yeah, this Tim Curry's voice. Tim Curry always be Mr. Sinister's voice in my brain when I read that.
Just
character.
comes out with a top hat and monocle.
By Judge.
How'd you get that?
It's coming out sassy. Spill the tea, sir.
But so this is going to be damning this show a little bit. Is there much to talk about with this show? Like, generally when we watch an anime, we have quite a bit to discuss. Granted, generally it's longer, but even Requiem for Vengeance with Gundam, even though that was literally double this runtime, it still felt like we had quite a bit more to talk about because there was more substance in the story. While this is just, here are 3 stories, predators are involved, here's an ending, see you later.
I mean,
have some popcorn.
Isn't that really every Predator movie? Like, I'll probably I feel like I'll still remember this one better than Predators. I'll remember this one better than even Alien versus Predator or Predator 2. Like, the only reason you can make your jokes. I like Predator 1 for what it is, but we probably know it most for get to the chopper.
No, I remember like that entire like last fight where like Arnold's in mud and he's trying to get the Predator into the trap.
And he booby-trapped it.
Yeah.
Come on, do it. Kill me. Kill me now. What are you waiting for? That whole movie memorized. You kidding me?
Because Predator is perfect. Like Red Letter Media recently did a review of Back to the Future where they're talking about how that's a perfect movie, and we had a lot of perfect movies in the '80s, and Predator was one of them.
Yeah, I feel like it can be seen as forgettable, sure. If you want to just look at it as just a self-contained experience, it's straight to DVD. It's like the Animatrix or like Gotham Knights or something. But then I remember Predator Badlands is coming out later this year, and this is the prequel to that. So with that in mind, that has me pretty hyped. Maybe we'll see some of these characters return. It'd be awesome. Maybe there's some groundwork laid for the movie in there. I'd like to see that. I mean, Prey, that character's already mentioned in this. Maybe she'll show up in that movie. Because I completely forgot that movie was coming out until I like looked up videos on this on YouTube. Like, oh shit, that's right. This is a prequel to Badlands. That's all this is. Just getting us hyped.
I feel I need to watch Prey again. I think that would do a little more justice.
It is probably one of the best Predator movies that's not the original.
Yeah,
the best. It's the best reviewed one. It's the original, at least, if not even better reviewed than the original.
Yeah, and I mean this. Granted, Predator has not been a great franchise, but overall, like this gets a solid like number 3 from me of the franchise.
Yeah, it's easy to top 3.
The Killer of Killers does.
Yeah.
It's easy to, like I said, it's easy to watch. I had no problem. God, it's not even 90 minutes. It's like old school, like watching Transformers, the movie of like, oh, I got 75 minutes to kill. Like it's just watching like a long episode of whatever.
It's like just 4 episodes at bat. So the fact that they're segmented only helps. Like you could literally stop after each one, do something, and come back and watch another segment.
Granted, when I watched this the first time, I was looking down at my phone because I was playing Magic the Gathering during the first one, and literally the climax happened, and I looked up, and it's like I was now in the samurai one. It's like, what the hell happened? So I had to go back and actually pay attention.
I mean, it's just a big fight. Big fight on the ice in the first one.
That's kind of what they are.
Which is
like,
cool.
There's like a little bit of setup, and now we're just fighting for 10, 20 minutes.
Oh, I know. Like
that's what I enjoyed about it.
They just ramp up the gas like right away. It's like, all right, we've done enough exposition. You're here for the violence. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, what? 2 minutes is enough dialogue for you?
Like that's enough.
Let's turn this up.
Which is one thing I'd say this has the advantage over Predator 1. And that Predator 1 does spend a lot of time luring you into a false sense of security where you forget you're even watching a Predator movie and then the fucking alien shows up. Like, shit, that's what I paid for. I forgot. Well, this is just like, here's 2 minutes. You know who these characters are. And the alien shows up. And they have to fight the alien.
So what movies are helped if a Predator showed up then? Like, what other episodes do we want to see?
Titanic.
The Notebook. I was gonna say the Notebook.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
Robert-
the Notebook, High School Musical, like those are all the easy jokes.
Oh my god, yes. Yes, please.
Kill Bill.
Well,
Descendant.
Kill Bill would rock that.
eventually
Everyone
a
watches
character
The
needs to
Descendant.
kill the predator, so High School Musical makes it very interesting. But realistically, like, where have we not seen a predator? Like backwoods of Alabama, just Deliverance, but predator.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Django Unchained. Make a slave kill him.
I would,
You got that. You got all the entire continent.
yeah,
of
but
Africa.
then
You got the Middle East.
you have
Even
the problem
Afghanistan.
with Django Unchained is you would have half the population you don't want the predator to kill, while the other half you do. And then, but again, like the thing about horror movies is like you do get some of what you want, but then you don't get some of what you want. So it's like,
Once you see a master get gutted by a predator, that would be so cathartic for me. I mean, he would have to go after some slaves too to make it fair. But yeah, just get some old timey.
Yeah, for the most part, you're just watching the predator kill white people.
Yeah. Just at a plantation, just wrecking folks. Or even go on a pirate ship, like one of the slave ships coming from Africa.
So like
they have a
Amistad?
predator at sea. Yeah, like on Amistad.
Amistad's not a great movie, so like, yeah, you can put predator on it.
Yeah, even get Jim and Hansu back for the role. Have him fight a predator.
Because that would work. Like it goes to the bottom of the ship, realizes like the poor slaves that pose no threat, so just kill all the crew, leave.
Yeah.
That way you kill everybody that we want you to. Don't kill anybody we don't want you to.
Just free the slaves. Like, yay, predator.
I'm trying to like what other movie would be suited by a predator?
Well, feasibly, the thing that has not been done in Predator is like, in general, you got these in the novels because they can just say, like, oh, every character speaks English because you're in their head. But there are a lot of Predator novels which is just like, oh, this is my first hunt, so you have the Predator as underdog.
Yeah, that's just Predator Badlands. The next movie, just young pup Predator. He has a hairline and everything. He looks cute.
Then you can go to the future, like Predator versus Blade Runner. Like Blade Runner has more technology there.
That's right. These have all gone to the past. Let's just put them in the future of some lasers and holograms and shit.
Mm.
Yeah, put them in Blade Runner.
Future. That I mean, you both, because I don't know if you liked it or not, Marlon, but Tony didn't like it. It's Predator versus Dune, or Predator in Dune. Would be.
I love Dune, so that
I do. Okay.
I guess they
So
don't
it
really
works
have a
for me.
Predator where they know what the Predator are either, which would be interesting.
ooh, I have to prepare for it.
Like God
Predator
damn it,
War.
these assholes are back. That was a kind of a shortcoming of this movie, is because like especially on the Bullet like storyline is like World War II isn't that long ago. Like, isn't there any like this one kid was fighting like, hey, we encountered this weird ship that massacred our entire armada.
The government
I can't
took
believe
it
I just
away.
found it.
They took it to Area 51. That's the ship at Area 51.
No,
They
Way to
fished
go
it
far
out of the
back
ocean.
Predator in the Ice Age versus cavemen, Neanderthals, fighting like saber-tooth tigers and woolly mammoths.
it's a waste of time. Like,
Or make him fight a T-Rex. I'd like to see a Predator fight a T-Rex. Like, just put it way back there.
they've established that they went on in Predator 2. They go on the ship and dinosaur skulls.
Yeah, but we didn't see it happen. There was also a Xenomorph skull on there, and they got us hyped for that. It took like decades for that to happen. Yeah. Predator versus Sasquatch.
Oh god, now we're going to get another like Planet of the Apes movie with like the 8th offspring of Caesar, and there's going to be a predator in it.
That would be cool.
You would watch that.
I would watch
Okay.
that. Planet of the Apes, like the modern franchise, is, if anything, the most consistent franchise we have in the modern age. Every movie is a solid, like, 8 out of 10.
Yeah. How often do you get to see that?
Like, even
Especially
John
with
Wick, like,
sci-fi
2 and
movies.
3 are, like, 7s, and then 4 is, like, a 9 or 10 out of 10.
Yeah. 4 reeled me back in, losing me at 2 and 3.
And then the ballerina is, like, another 7 out of 10, unfortunately.
I heard good things. I'll still try it.
It's good.
I mean, I can't say much. Just like I can't really knock this.
Up, you're muted. You're coming in silent.
Oh, I said I'm still gonna be that guy that goes and sees F1 on Thursday.
That's because
Just
you're a
to,
dad. You're required.
You are the target audience. I'll watch it on Apple TV when it shows up. I guess.
All these young kids gonna race.
your entire demographic, the entire movie's marketing is based on the demographic of the people who see Moneyball on cable, and then they go into a fugue state for 2 hours because they are required to watch the entirety of Moneyball. What happened?
Stop pinning my personality to a T.
And granted,
and then yes, text people about sports team building. Why don't the Eagles do this? Yeah.
See, I'm honest. If I was given the GM position of a sports team, I would run it right into the ground, but I would take a lot of money with me.
Yeah, it's just kind of like we have the Rockies here, the baseball team, where it's just like, put up farm guys, who cares? Just put a product on the field. People are coming anyway. Like, it is pure capitalism. Like, just give them something. Like, and I'm not I'm certainly not the anti-capitalist, but that is like, if any anti-capitalist wants to point to this, like, here's what they're just giving you: pure crap, like probably all-time bad crap. It doesn't matter. Everyone's still, in fact, more people are going to see how bad they are.
They're the Mets of the West.
And the owner, and like, won't the owner do anything? It's like, why does he have to? More people are going to the games now. He probably wants more of this, just like Major League, except he doesn't need to move the team.
I will say, off topic, one of the things that I dislike about, like, since I'm only semi a Panther fan, I will wear like my Panther stuff at the gym, and everyone wants to talk to me about how terrible their owner is. It's like, I don't care. Like, why are you talking to me about this? I don't make these decisions. Or, you know, a team can't get past a bad owner. Probably, like.
I mean,
for any older guys, it seems to be what they do. I mean, I wear like wrestling shirts at the gym all the time, and that requires this guy to come up to me every single session and say, "I hate Triple H. I hate what he's fucking doing. He stinks," and just walks away. Cool, thanks.
Well,
Reign of terror.
Wearing a wrestling shirt is like you're in a secret club, because generally if I wear a wrestling shirt, I will get like a smile and a nod from someone out in the open. It's just like, we also like garbage. I imagine it would be similar if I wore an anime shirt or something, because I've definitely seen people in anime shirts and I'm like, I should give them a nod, but no, that would out me as an anime fan.
I mean, this is off topic, but what do we think of Cena's Pipe Bomb sequel? I liked it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
More heel Cena, please.
CM Punk, you're everything you hate. You are the capitalist. That had me laugh.
He's fucking right. Unfortunately, everything was true.
I appreciate Cena saying, like, thank you for giving me your promo so I can show how foolish you are. And meanwhile, AEW is getting better from the sound of it. I haven't watched it yet. But
is Moxley still champion?
I will watch the next pay-per-view because apparently Hangman Page is winning again, and I'm intrigued.
I'll watch Instagram reels like I normally do.
I'm not the biggest Hangman Page fan still anyway, but I will believe it when I see it. Because the rumor is that Moxley wanted to like get the Roman Reigns like longevity with the title.
He's funny. He doesn't have the charisma to pull that off. Sorry, Mox. Not happening.
No, I
can see happening with Kenny Omega.
Yeah, it's like time for a solid babyface run, but the problem is when you have a babyface run, you need a very good booker, and I still don't believe that Tony Khan is that good of a booker.
And you need a good babyface that like Hangman Page has been kind of like waffling at times between babyface and heel, and
Yeah,
That
the AEW fans are behind him. I don't know
that's
if the
worked
mainstream
though.
does that.
It's
at this
For
point,
the
build an entire
AEW
show around Tony Storm and be done with it. Just pivot. It's Tony
Maybe.
Storm's show now. She runs the show.
But anyway, before we get into other things and talk more wrestling, Predator Killer of Killers. So once again, we steal from Super Eye Patch Wolf for our 7-star system. 1 is completely insulting to my intelligence. 2 is bad but with good qualities. 3 is I did not feel robbed, or like a generalized, like you kind of feel neither here nor there about it. 4 is good but with some notably bad qualities. 5, good for the genre. 6, exemplary for the genre. And 7, so good it has redefined what good is. So Marlon, what do you give this?
Or that it's fine. It's a fine straight to video thing, like all the other animated straight to video things we've seen and collected in our youth. And that animation kills me. Like, I know it's a popular thing right now to make every show look like Into the Spider-Verse or Mutant Mayhem or Arcane, but that whole jagged 12 frames per second thing, it kills me. I like watching smooth things, and at least 2 of those other products, they tried to look like claymation on purpose. They're very stylized characters, and the 12 frames per second thing makes them look like stop motion. But trying to make this look like stop motion, there was zero benefit for it at all. And more than the animation style, I had problems with the frames per second, because Arcane doesn't do the stop motion thing. Arcane is smooth and it is beautiful. This was just jagged, and everyone moving these weird stop motion-y ways. Like, four.
Do you have an opinion of Dollman in Death Stranding 2 then? Because he moves at a lower frame rate than everyone else.
Yeah, but it makes sense for the character. It makes sense when it's in the plot, like say Into the Spider-Verse, Peter Parker moved at 24 frames per second. Miles Morales was 12 frames per second until the end of the movie, where he got better. And that narratively made sense. Here is just, we just wanted to look cool. Or in what I truly think is they're hiding the flaws. I feel like it was a very shoddily animated product. It was very low polygon count, and they stylized it. But to me, it looked like a Telltale game or Borderlands or something, and that didn't work for me.
Okay. Joey, what is your score?
We've established that half scores are kind of cheating.
No, you can give. We've given half scores before.
Yeah, I might be with Marlon. I think a 4, because I definitely didn't. And I would even venture to say, like, part of this is good. Like, there are good parts of it. There's definitely holes in the story that I didn't love, so I can't. Like, it's tough for me to even go up to a 4, but I'll cheat. I'll give it a 4 based on just. Right. It's still unlike any other Predator, so they did think outside the box. They tried to introduce new things. Like, I'll give it credit for creativity.
Yeah, changing the frame rate would boost it to a 5 for me, as with changing the entire art style to something more like Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. Like something with Predator, make that hyper realistic to make the kills even more gruesome and gross. This cartoonish thing, trying to get kids to watch it. Don't get kids to watch Predator. What are you kidding me? Not a kid's show.
I was a kid and I watched Predator and I turned out fine. I was a kid and I watched RoboCop and I turned out fine.
Well, same here.
Wait, when did we see RoboCop? We saw RoboCop 2. RoboCop 1 is a whole nother level of violence than RoboCop 2.
We saw RoboCop on, like, Sci-Fi Channel, like, before 2000.
Yeah, so they didn't show, like, the Peter Weller just getting disintegrated. Like, he just gets, like,
acid. Like, come on.
No, the melted goo guy, that kill was kept for...
Yeah, well, that was... Yeah. Because that was cartoon. Yeah. Like, that would... Yeah, he gets the toxic waste on him, and he goes out and then just gets, like... No, but I mean, like, the Peter Weller... Like, killing Peter Weller, like, was not shown on cable.
No.
Like, that was...
So we're consistent on this because I give this a 4. Like, in general, like I said, I think that this is fitting to both Predator's strengths and weaknesses. Predator, I think, is best if you just have, like, a solid 90-minute to 2-hour story that is just a dude who you get to cheer for and then a Predator happens, and then
Right.
it changes genres accordingly. I think that is where it helps. Where it is hurt is when you start wanting to lore dump on us.
Well, that's
And
my home. I love my lore dump.
and I think once you are like combining these characters together and making them form a team and kind of trying to do a franchise Avengers thing with them, I get a little bit uneasy with that, because that's how you get an Alien versus Predator.
No, I think you're right. I think that's the best way to put it. Like, you need a strong protagonist, but how can you really get a strong protagonist when they're just part of a group? Like,
Yeah. But it's also really hard to get a strong protagonist when they keep being either killed off in every movie, or they're just one shots. You see Danny Glover once, you see Arnold Schwarzenegger once, and you just move on with it. And I'm someone who, I love the Predator character, so I love a good lore dump. I want to learn more about these characters. I want to know where they come from. I want to know what their culture is about. I want to know why they're doing this. We still don't know why they're doing it. We still don't know why they have these guys frozen. What is the end game here? Who knows? And that mystery keeps me watching.
They're just rich assholes in a nature preserve, is what I feel. That's how I've always seen the Predators. Is they're just dudes going off drunk and shooting deer.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Maybe they're just game hunters. That's all it is.
that is what
by the one ship at the end of two,
like,
they're just game hunters. Yeah,
they're pure game hunters
fine.
where their culture is built around it. Yeah, their culture is built on, like, you need to go out and be the warrior. Thus, you need to kill whatever. Blah 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 blah.
That's fair. Killing a deer isn't going to do anything, but you kill a human being. There's laws against that, but yeah, I understand. That's the goal here.
So next week we have another Animesplaining to do, and that is going to be on Lazarus. There's one episode left for Sunday.
I will watch.
It did have its third good episode of the season last week. I will say that. So
So you have high hopes for the season finale?
I am hoping that they stick the landing, but definitely it is a slog in the middle. I will say that. Aside from, I think, episode 4. I've read reviews of the show in general, and I agree with a lot of the criticism on it. Mainly it has to do with the main character kind of not being really good. But overall it's interesting. I will say that, and I look forward to the last episode. But otherwise,
like a full 26 episode thing, or like
12,
13, 12.
or 13, I think. Because I think the last episode was episode 12, and this upcoming episode is 13. And generally, anime are either in 13, 26 blocks that way.
Works for me.
But do we have any opinions on what we should do after Lazarus? Because I don't think so. I think Demon Slayer is supposed to be out. They did drop a trailer that still has no real scenes from the actual movie that they're advertising, which frightens me.
Have they finished animating?
I appreciate that they're keeping it close to the chest if they are.
But I think it's why spend money when we already have this following that's going to come out and see it.
That's true, but so lazy.
My fear is that this trilogy of movies, the first one is going to be like a recap, and if it does that, I think it will kill.
It means it will just be them falling the whole time.
Just falling for an hour and a half.
Like, here, we're falling. By the way, here's
that.
where we are. Here's this flashback. Oh, back to the falling. Oh, and then here's this flashback. Yeah, I think you're right.
In other anime news, Kaiju number 8 has its season 2 upcoming. They have announced what the new theme song is, but I have not been able to listen to it fully because they only have it in a clip in the trailer. So
I hope it's by Limp Bizkit.
It is not. It is from another J-pop band. It's not. It's. I don't even think it's like another like American band or anything. Sadly. So
is Youngblood K-pop?
No, they're American. I thought.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. But
That's an energy. And
But
the Nickelback is right there.
But let's check Crunchyroll quick to see. I mean, My Hero Academia Vigilante is kind of disappointing as it stands. I like the art style more than regular My Hero Academia. They like use these very, very thick black lines on the character now that helps everything pop, and
Neat.
that's nicer. They've also stylized it more with like comic book sounds on occasion, like the thocks and things like that. So it has a little bit more of a visual identity compared to original My Hero Academia, but like it's still hurt by its very generic story.
Bah. Well, it's all new to somebody. These shonen animes. I mean, they're all basically the same plots forever, but they're banking on new kids not being familiar with the old stuff, and they just recycle it forever.
Oh, don't we still need to watch Terminator Zero?
Oh shit, that exists. Yeah, we can just.
We don't.
I need to watch it.
Oh, did you? Was it not good?
I've seen the trailers for it. I don't think it looks interesting, but I'll gut through
I will
it.
consume any Terminator media that you provide.
At some point, Marwin and I will watch Devil May Cry, and I will probably be in the Joey role of absolutely hating it because I hate its producer.
We'll see, because I've never been on Devil May Cry to begin with, but maybe the show could win me over.
I also like so that Adi Shankar has acquired the rights to Duke Nukem and is making like a Duke Nukem anime now. But a lot of people on this announcement were like, "Oh, I remember seeing a trailer for the Devil May Cry," and I was like, "Yep, that's certainly there," and then proceeded to not watch it. So, Adi Shankar, good job. You made literally one good thing, and I've just coasted the rest of the time. Because he's the producer on Dread.
Yeah. Ah, okay. Dread is amazing. Maybe it was luck.
Actually, that would be up there for good movies that Brooklyn can watch as she waves to me. Brooklyn, want to watch Dread? Daddy loves that movie. Oh, yeah, yuck. Okay.
She has something to aspire to be with what's her face. She can be the
psychic.
Yeah,
the psychic judge. I don't know if she's a psychic. That would be. I don't know if I'd want her to have those powers based on that movie. Like, what am I thinking right now? I was like,
gross. All the time, yeah.
That's funny.
But as per usual, this has been Animesplaining. Like I said, we'll be back next week. Other than that, on Sundays we do Beyond Two Souls until we are not going to be doing that, because I think the next episode will potentially be the last one. I think we're going to be done. And then we will move on to Alpha Protocol, the Sega famous spy game that was made by Obsidian Entertainment, makers of Fallout New Vegas, Avowed, their newest game, stuff like that. They are notably great writers and not very good game designers.
We'll see how that works. All right.
But that's another 12-hour game, so then we'll probably go into something longer, like maybe I'll get a capture card to do Final Fantasy VII Remake or something like that.
Because I'm not playing that, so I'll just watch it.
But other than that, what do you have to leave on, Joey? What are your final thoughts on either Predator or life in general?
God, best movie of the quarter decade, or the quarter century. I'm still thinking on that one. I'd probably still have to go Gladiator, which sounds that makes me feel bad that a movie from 2000 is the best of the last 25 years, but
I mean,
Gladiator.
I personally think The Last Duel is better than Gladiator. I think Moneyball was better than Gladiator.
Again, you get a head shake. I like Moneyball. I like The Last Duel. The only Ridley Scott movie that I can put.
I know what I'm going to hit you with. Is Dunkirk better than Gladiator?
No. I like Dunkirk, but no. Dunkirk is not better than Gladiator.
Because Dunkirk forgot to be about humans.
That's Dunkirk is better than Oppenheimer.
I agree there.
Nah. No, yeah, I've only seen Oppenheimer once, so you're probably right.
I mean, I would still say, okay, here's what we'll go off hot takey. Best Christopher Nolan movie is still Memento. I'd say Memento is a better movie than Dark Knight.
It's a tough one. Memento is better than The Dark Knight, but I'm also a big fan of Inception, so it's really, really close for me.
Good, but Memento is just
Memento.
I gotta hand it
as an experiment. It's perfect.
I gotta hand it to friend of the show Elliot Page and go with Inception.
Yeah. Please watch our show.
Stop playing that. You're not even playing the game. You're just watching it.
Joey, have you been around to hear that Page Boy Productions, which is Elliot Page's production company, has acquired the rights to make a Beyond Two Souls series?
Then I will definitely not be playing it.
Yeah, Elliot Page earned it. They worked on that whole thing. Good. Go nuts. Like, I mean, you want to put your money at risk in that one? I hope it makes. I hope it makes $500 million at least. I hope it makes you all the money.
What is the best heist movie of the quarter century? And why is it not Now You See Me Too?
Yeah.
It's probably Ocean's 11. It's my guess.
Yeah, but it's so overrated though. Like, I really tried to get into that series. Like, this is what people like. Okay,
that's a really good heist movie.
Could you argue that Mission Impossible's, like one of the Mission Impossibles, is a heist movie?
The first one.
You could, kind of.
Well, I mean, the first one's 96. So just like I would want to see the movie Heat.
Yeah, it depends on which Mission Impossible. Like the Mission Impossibles that are heist movies, I would say is 1, probably
3?
Ghost Protocol, and is that it? The rest are just like
Ghost Protocol.
I'd count 3. I mean, no way to pick it up too.
Because he does the rabbit foot thing, but I mean, they only show it for so long. What is another heist movie?
Not Talladega Nights. I'm thinking of what's the one at the NASCAR race with Daniel Craig in it?
Oh,
he had it.
Logan Lucky.
God damn it! What's that called? With Adam Driver and and isn't Channing Tatum in that one too?
I think so. But yeah, it's Logan Lucky.
I forgot all about that movie. It was funny. What is it? What's the one with then on that note, what's the one with Zach Galifianakis, the armored truck driver, and he falls in love with the his partner who's basically in on the crime?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And they have too many movies in the past 25 years.
Like it
is not Ambulance. That much I know.
No, it's because he's just like this armored truck driver, and he falls for this one woman who dating this other dude that like was in on this plan to rob an armored truck. And in fact, like there's even a bounty hunter to kill Zach Galifianakis, played by what's Jason Sudeikis. But for whatever reason, they find like some weird common bond. Kill him.
That's not ringing a bell. Freaking Nobels. That sounds like a made-up movie.
God damn. Weird. Yeah, it's not even on here.
You made it up.
I did not make it up.
You just dreamed that movie. It's a hallucination.
See,
finding this.
That's the trick for you directors. What you need to do is you need to make a movie that's in a genre that no one else makes, and then when you do these lists, people are like, "Oh, that is the best one of those," because it's a very, very small amount of things to look at. Like, what's the best whodunit of the quarter decade? Probably Knives Out.
Is the name of this one.
Yep. Well, Knives Out. Yeah.
Because Kristen Wiig is the is the one he falls in love with Wilson's boyfriend, and then Jason Sudeikis is. And it's funny for what it is. Is it memorable? No.
Barely. To Google it.
Yeah, we know Ocean's 11 more than that, so I'm sticking with Ocean's 11.
That's fair. I'll give you Ocean's. Not Ocean's 12.
Ocean's 11 is honestly the only one I've seen of those. I also saw the one with Sandra Bullock in it,
Ocean's 8.
which was
Ocean's
not
8.
very good.
Just like Ocean's 13, don't waste your time. Like
I also saw the heist movie where it's like a bunch of female spies, and it was what's her face,
Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, that movie. That was where they had the MacGuffin is like we have the entirety of the internet on a flash drive, which was then stolen by Tom Cruise as the MacGuffin for the most recent Mission Impossible movies.
What if we did this? Man, millions of dollars.
Do you see this? It's still lit up. It's alive.
My favorite part of the most recent Mission Impossible movie is where Tom Cruise has to talk to the robot.
He goes in like, goes into the freaking bath salt chamber. Tell me your fears.
Is ChatGPT in the room with you, Tom Cruise?
I don't know. The best part might still be what you said earlier, like where the Gabriel or whatever is like, haha, I'm always one step ahead of you. And then he falls backward and bashes his face on the back of this World War I era plane.
Because even Tom Cruise figured out what a shit villain Gabriel is.
Oh, that's right, because then he crotches himself. We just have to get straight out of America's Funniest Home Videos. Oh, dumb.
But yeah, for more of this, tune in next week when we'll talk about Lazarus. Hopefully for a longer amount of time that we talked about Predators. But the fact that we got like 30 minutes out of this and the rest was just like vibing should tell you enough about Predator Killers of Killers to know why it's a 4. But
it's 4 wrestling matches. Is what it is.
Hey, it's better than 2. It's better than Bastard, Marlon. It's better than Bastard.
Fine. You don't understand what Bastard is trying to do. It's art. Okay.
I think I understand all too well what Bastard was trying to do.
Like, what if violence was sex? You don't understand.
Oh, that's who we did not put any Quentin Tarantino movies on the top 10.
I kept saying Kill Bill, man.
Oh, okay. Is Kill Bill 1 movie or 2?
It's 1 movie.
Okay.
I don't care what anybody. It's 1 movie.
Just like Lord of the Rings. Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is 1 movie. Infinity War and Endgame are 1 movie. You can't chop a movie in half and call it 2. It's 1 movie. It's just a really long movie.
And on that bombshell, I will hit the stop streaming button. But yeah, follow at Wolf on Twitch and do that whole thing and like this video on YouTube, I guess. So happy times.
Follow Tony's Twitch in hopes that he plays something different or actually plays something.
I announced what we're
playing.
Play
the
that
new college football game. The one dude that I watched for college football got 130,000 views in 9 hours.
They have a built-in audience because they actually enjoy playing the game. Seeing someone who does not understand the concept of play calling in football, people don't want to watch that, Joey. People instead want to see an English major look at weird but interesting games.
I feel like you could get some views if all of a sudden like, hi, I'm Tony. I've never really been a true sports fan. I'm an English major. My main interest is writing. I'm about to play NBA 2K. Let me tell you. I just know how to put a ball in a hoop. Does shooting from here matter? I don't care. Fast forward, I'm open.
Am I doing it right?
Anyway, now I will hit the start streaming button from there.